What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. And today, hold on a second. Let me show you what we got going on here. My favorite little rattlesnake friend is finally decided to show his little face. There he is. Sorry, I'm doing this upside down, but look at him. He actually came out. This is the timber rattlesnake that I've been raising since he was a little baby. He normally stays pretty hidden, so we're gonna feed him today. But nevertheless, we got some other problems going on here in the shed. We're gonna remedy today with a little bit of ingenuity. So let me turn my lights around and we'll get straight down to it. So this is what we got going on here, guys. Over here in the mouse breeding section, I've been having a couple escapees, and we ain't having none of that here at Hostway Exotics. I take real good care of my mice, and I like to keep them and let them have the best life they possibly can. But we can't just have them roaming around outside and getting out the shed and other things like that. But I do catch them with live traps. I haven't got any outside. I don't have any outside hole leaks or anything like that, so we're good on that. But everybody's doing good. I just got done cleaning their cages here on this side, so we're gonna skip past all that today and do a little update video on how to remedy this kind of situation. So these are called hardware cloth. That is the metal screen that you're seeing down here at the bottom. And this used for various different things, but I'm using it to keep our nozzles in place, also for feeding through there, because it gives the mice a little bit more enrichment upon having to try to work more for their food. But they eat really good out of it. So but what we have an issue is that some of them, that the little notches have been knocked out, as you can kind of see down in there, and the little mice can actually get out of there as they're growing up. So we're going to take that off, pull the mice out, knock the old cloth off, and we're going to put up some of this stuff, which has a lot smaller holes on it. We're going to see how that holds up, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do to get that done. I got a couple tools over here ready to go. We got our electric stapler. I got a mallet, a screwdriver for some prying and things like that. We got our gloves and our container to keep our mice in, and clean materials, paper towels, and our shears to cut the cloth, because you can't cut this stuff with just regular like scissors or anything. It's pretty heavy duty. So I'm gonna put you guys on a tripod and let's get into it. So first things first, we need to go ahead and get us some gloves on before we start working on our rodents. I use gloves for just about anything when I mess around with these animals, just to try to keep things a little bit more cleaner, not introducing other things and smells and chemicals and into other areas. So cleanliness is a real big key, and a lot of fresh water, I would say. Keeping a lot of animals, just not reptiles in general, but mammals and other things as well, because you know that's what rodents are. They're definitely mammals. So let's start out with this one up top. We got our container right over here, and we pull our trash can over so we can get all our little mice friends out of here. So now that we got all the mice out, we got the tub out, and now we can see the exposed screen. I thought about coming in here with the mallet and just kind of tapping it down, and which that seemed to work a little bit here. But I was hoping maybe I can just kind of do something like that, but I think I'll probably need to use some pliers or something to help knock this thing down, because this is going to take forever if that's going to be the case, because we got to get this thing changed out so we can put this new layer on here. So I've gotten some of it off here, enough that I could probably get it down, but I'm not too exactly sure. Exactly what we're going to do here, because we just use staples to kind of put this up here already, so it's going to come down one way or another. Let's see, that seems to be working fine. But yeah, we're gonna continue with this, and then after we figure out a way to get this thing off, we'll go from there. But this is just me documenting the process along the way of some of the things that I'm doing. I mean, I may not be the greatest at doing a lot of things, but I figure it out one way and one step at a time, you know? And then once we figure it out, we can pass the knowledge along to you guys just like that. Because I'm sure as the first time me messing around with this stuff, taking it off, it wasn't really meant for it to, you know, be used this long, but I mean, it was given to me and it's still in good condition. It's sturdy wood, so just need a little TLC. Nothing too crazy. So after a little bit of struggling and a little bit of thinking, I came up with a great idea of a good tool to use to get this thing off of here. I pull out my old fancy oscillating tool, Harbor Freight exclusive, as always, guys. And I do got links down in the description, so make sure you check out that. I'll make sure to add some tools and different things that I use throughout the videos and all those links, and I'll be very appreciative if you guys would go buy you some, because I do get a commission off that as well. And that definitely help fund the channel so we can get some other stuff going on here as well. So every little bit counts, guys. Always keep that in mind. But nevertheless, our good old Harbor Freight oscillating tool, Chicago Electric. I'm going to get me a battery power one soon, so I don't have to use the corded one so much. The corded ones are good too because they're good constant power. But sometimes the battery is a little bit more convenient, mostly. So let's pull this thing out. And as you can tell, I mean, it's got a little age to it. But nevertheless, we could probably use this as a template to measure exactly how big of a piece that we need to cut out for our other hardware cloth, so we can replicate this one to the T. So let's straighten this out and lay it on the table and kind of give you some more tips and stuff about hardware cloth in general. Because there are certain tools that you can use, like a cutoff tool, a grinder, work pretty good. They sell some different stuff from Vivor, I believe, works good on these things. But overall, I mean, I just use some shears. Shears may take a little bit longer and be a little bit more tedious, but still worth it in my opinion. So we got a template up here and I got my good old trusty shears. As another recommendation, you could get you some heavy duty gloves, which I actually have some welding gloves. Right, chaw. And also, I've been practicing welding, guys. I'm finna be a master of it all, like Pokemon in this thing. Which these will help protect your hands, because these things is pretty much wire mesh. And it's very, very, very pokey and sticky. Stickiest of the icky. So we need to get this other one stretched out. And what I recommend doing when you're working with this stuff is when you figure out how much you actually want, I'd bend it in the opposite direction, like so. Let's give us a rough estimate so that way this stuff won't keep folding in on itself like it's doing. So keep it like that. We'll lay out our template. So get some more stuff out of the way. There we go. Wasn't quite as long as I needed it to be. Cool. Now, pretty much got this thing lined up of where we need to have it. I think that's pretty good. So we can take our shears here and we're gonna cut it right about here. It's gonna be our snip point. And we'll probably cut a couple little snips just to kind of give us a reference where we need to go to. And then our end point will probably be around over here, but we'll make sure that we'll start from the top and go down. So we're gonna cut that, and we're gonna cut each side, do it to the middle, and booyah. So we get our other template out, and then we'll work with this. I have to do a lot of this off camera, but it's gonna be a fun time because cutting this stuff is no joke. But I'll show you the after work whenever you get done. If you just want to watch like a quick video on cutting shears and stuff, that way that'll help you out with that. So we got our finished product all cut out, and just for a little bit of an example, we'll go ahead and do this because I'm gonna cut out the other sheets we need for the other two. We may or may not get to them today, but at least we can have the templates done, and then we'll work on getting these things snatched out of here. But as far as video purposes go, so that way you guys can see exactly what we got going on here, I'm gonna slide this thing in like so, and it should go in no problem. Obviously, I'm having a problem. Get that in. There we go. Booyah. So with that in place, we can staple it up and then kind of go around, because I just wanted to get like this one corner here done, and pull out the good old electric stapler here, also from good old Harbor Freight. And it works really, really easy, because I mean, the only thing you gotta do is come in here, line it up, boom, that thing's in there. Boom, boom. And then we just go around the whole thing like that, and done data. We do got to figure out how we're going to attach our watering spigot here inside of the wire mesh that we're putting up, which I think I can just cut out a little square there and then be done with it, and then it can attach itself to it. But that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this little excerpt from my mouse breeding project, and we'll see you on the next one.